All right, so this is June 9th. The market's closed, and I did not trade the futures like I normally do today. I only traded Tesla. I actually took a stupid trade on NVDA, but that was a mistake. I was hoping to take a trade on Tesla, and I ended up buying NVIDIA puts, and made a tiny loss on that one, but recovered it with Tesla. But anyway, this was the S&P. I wasn't so interested in trading the futures today because let me actually just look. I've not actually looked at it, but yeah, just because I saw this action in the in the overnight session, and I mean, yesterday I took a few trades on it, took a short there and took a short here. And then this reversal, I didn't actually have this line in here when this reversal happened, so I wasn't sure whether to buy the closes on this because I wasn't sure if what was happening. I felt trapped out of it, so I left it. There were some other good setups as well, as I've marked them already: double tops, wedges, 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 double tops, which could have been taken. But today I actually did see a really good setup, but it was a bit late. I saw this from this wedge, but the time I saw it, the price was already down here. I wasn't ready to, because I didn't know what this bar would do, and then it closed in the middle, and I just thought, screw this, I'm not interested. And of course this happened, but that doesn't matter. Like I said, I was only trading the Tesla, although I charted Tesla, NVIDIA, and NEO. I didn't actually look at NEO. I didn't take a trade on NEO, but I considered it. The reason why I'm zooming out like this is because I wanted to just go through some of my my approach to trading these things. Nowadays, what I do is I just look at the price action on maybe the daily chart, just to get a sense of what is actually happening. Here we have one push, two push, three wedge there, and this almost looks like a bigger wedge. So this is what's caused this here, but almost looks like we're in a region of a double top, or at least we have a double top here. We've done one, two, three pushes up. This looks like a final flag to me. Does not look like a flag that's going to cause the what's it called, the trends keep going. I feel like we're in a trading range here, and because we're in a trading range, we're kind of going up and down, and maybe we may be coming back down here or down. So that's what I saw for NEO, and based on that, I charted supply areas. The idea would have been to take it short, and as you can see, we closed at the bottom. I didn't actually take this trade today, but that was really the idea. Take it short from this supply area, and then maybe just get out at the bottom somewhere. With NVIDIA, similar story. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just put this maximize. NVIDIA 2 is in a range, so if we can just look at this on a much higher time frame. Look at the daily chart. So here we have this rise. Just make it clean. So we have this rise, and then we've got one push sideways, one push, two push. There's actually another push in here. We've got a pullback in here. If we put it on the 4-hour time frame, I'm sure we'll see the pullbacks more clearly. Here we go. Yeah. So one. No, actually, you know what? Just because it's so much easier to see this like this. So we have one, retrace two, retrace three. We actually almost had pretty four. And then we're now in a range. And so I marked these levels, and I think we're just going to be trading in between them. I marked them 2 days ago. And so if we go back to the 5-minute, and I'm going to put back the zones. So yesterday, I marked this. I guess experience kind of teaches you that this zone, the range always happens from here, and then the top around here. I assumed that if we were breaking out here in the morning, we were targeting here, but I also noticed that we couldn't seem to go past this area and this level, or this price. Let's use price, I think it's a better word. This price seems to be the price that the traders seem to be agreeing on, this area. So my interest, if I were trading it today, was to buy here and to sell at the top. Of course, I hadn't yet marked this area for today because I was using yesterday's zones. But if I were to do so, I would have, let's see, do we have new zones that have formed for selling? Yeah, we have sort of this area. Actually, I see why I didn't mark it, because this 5-minute bar is just too long, and I just thought, you know what, I'll just look. If I were going to take it short, the best way to do it is just look for the high of the day and see if it challenges that price. And as you can see, we had a double top here for this drop. In terms of setups, we had 1 drop, 2 drops, 3. So we have a wedge, nice single signal candle to go long, maybe putting your stop here or even a bit lower. But this would have been a great entry point. 1 sideways, and it just went up from this point. I was hoping we may have a wedge, looking to take it short here because of this zone as well, but it didn't actually happen. It just kept on going up. But I didn't trade this. I traded Tesla instead. So Tesla, what did I do? It was a okay day with Tesla, except for some stupid mistakes that I made, and because of that I decided to stop trading for the rest of the day and just protect my capital. So if I just go on to, say, the 1 hour time frame, if we look at how we've been moving, it looks like, again, downtrend, really big drop, and then we've just, this looks like a final flag. It looks like we're making a final flag. It's a huge final flag though, but it looks like we are making a flag. Just put this on a clean again, and balances is fine. So yeah, we have this downtrend, up, down, up. So I assumed when I saw this the other day, we've been rallying up for a bit, this rally up, then we dropped of this level. So this is the level we're trading in between this and this. So we came down strongly, especially on this day, then went back up, 2 days rallied up, and then dropped really strongly yesterday. I took a trade on that. Actually was hoping to go long and then came short, and I don't know why I decided to go long, because we weren't at resistance. Sometimes I always forget that. So I managed to mark the channels, high, low, high, and we overshot, and that for me is a sign of a big drop. Whenever we overshoot a channel, we always drop back from the other side of the channel, just like here. Overshoot, drop. It always seems to happen. But anyway, so we overshot, dropped, and then we kind of found resistance, support on the base of the channel. So into today, and this is me being biased, and I've got to be careful. I was very short biased only because of this bar, this selling. I thought we were going to break out of this range, and the reason why is because looking at the structure, the idea was, well, if we're in a range, you know, big down, big up, we're in a big trading range. Therefore, just go back to, say, the 30-minute time frame. So if this is the range, we're going up and we're going down, we're not trending, we're just not making new highs or new lows. We're just kind of inside this range. Therefore, this was going to test this bottom. That was what I saw, what I thought. But today we had no volatility for that, and we just kind of channeled down. All right, so that was the idea. The idea was to take a trade down. So how did I trade this day? I couldn't find any zones, obviously, because looking in here, there wasn't anything that told me that price would retrace. Actually, as I see this now, maybe around here. But I decided that, well, if this is the top of the drop, this is this would be a pullback, a bull leg in a bear trend, as they call it. So I marked the base 50% here, and then was looking to take a short at a 50%. Really, the point of the 50% is just to check how strong this pullback is. We have a wedge here, 1, 2, and 3. That was another reason why I was going to take this short, as I marked it here. But I did something stupid. Because I was so sure we were going to drop, I decided to play. I mean, it was a small option, but I bought a put about here. And of course, it started going negative on me, but I didn't panic. I was watching the 2 minute chart, seeing what the price action was like, just to get a gauge. We had very strong bars at the open, three strong bars, 1, 2, 3, 4 really strong bars. When we got here, this is what gave me more conviction when I saw these strong red bars. Then we went up and we struggled to go past this price. And I felt, okay, this is looking good. It's time for us. This is probably going to come down. I had a little channel that I had drawn here. And this also gave me a lot of conviction that we were not going any higher. We were definitely coming down. Only because this second leg price was not able to get to the top of the channel. So this first leg, the second leg wasn't strong enough. When we broke this point here, I bought another put and rode it down till here. Yeah, around about here. Actually, yeah, I stayed through this whole entire thing and saw this double bottom. And that annoyed me because at that point I realized, oh my goodness, we may just have an idea of where the low of the day may be, or if anything, this range is going to be from here to here. We're not really going to do very much. And we're going to reverse. I was hoping we were not going to reverse, but of course we did. And I was looking at the 2 minute for that. Going back to the 5 minute. So having seen that double bottom, I got out around here. Based on the two options I had bought, I think I was up quite a bit, but because of slippage, I lost more than half of my gains. Doesn't matter, I was still green. Then I was fumbling about with my keys and ended up, where is it? Yeah, I ended up buying too many shares here and it dropped on me. And I jumped out because I panicked and I was then now in red. Decided to just follow the price action, kept on saying to myself, do not panic, let's see how this plays out. I was watching the 2 minute and really kind of getting a gauge of what was going on. For me, I thought, okay, fine, let's see. I put an order, I bought another 100. Did I buy another 100? Yes, I bought another 100, trying to see if price would get here. It didn't, it was coming back down, so I got out. And then of course, price rallied up because I wasn't sure if price was gonna go past this level, but it did. Anyway, so what ended up happening was we got here, I bought some options, some puts, because this is another double top, or at least a lower high major trend reversal. So I thought, okay, if anything, we should have a rejection. I bought the puts over here, price went back up, I was annoyed, bought some more so I could get out here, break even, got out, got here, then price dropped, and then price went back up again. That was what was happening. I bought some more, and then we started to see this drop. I got out on this candle, which covered all my losses and made a really good gain. But I wasn't expecting this drop. Now, why? Because I thought this was the first, second, and this was the third, because of what had happened over here. So I thought this is where we're stopping. We were probably in not an uptrend, but we're going to form a triangle. But then I was looking at this is the 5 minutes, sorry. Let's look at it from the 2 minute perspective. 2 minutes, I had more legs. 1, 2, yeah, this was the third leg. And then we started to chop around. So at that point I thought, dude, it's probably best you just get out, because if we're chopping around like this, we could reverse and we're now back to square one. And that's happened to me quite a few times. But instead, what happened was price started to drop. It was retracing to the other side of the wedge, or of the channel. I don't think I had a channel at this time, but anyways, retracing to this side, and then we had this breakout, first testing the bottom and then the other one. I actually bought a put here. This is going to be a funny story. I bought a put here on this candle. I remember buying it on this candle. Price retraced. We got over here, and I kept asking myself, why did I only buy one? But anyway, then we got out, and I was getting really pissed because I realized at this point that if we look at the 5 minute chart, that it did make sense that price would stall at this region, because this is the support. Why? If you look at it, so I drew this channel and noticed that it was parallel to this, and this is where price was stopping, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is not the breakout I was expecting. It pulled back, I jumped out and only made like, I think I made like $1 or $2 on the options. So the slippage from everything I had bought from all the way up here, because of slippage, I lost all that money. At this point I decided no more. But of course I didn't want to listen to myself. I was annoyed, and this is where you got to be careful as a trader. So I then now bought 100 shares, reversed on me, sold a few, bought and sold, and I think I made like 20-30 bucks over here. And I thought, you know what, you're not trading right, you're making stupid decisions, forget about it. You missed the entry on this signal candle, or even this, forget about it, let's just go. And then of course this happened. At this point I'd already turned off the computer. I wasn't prepared to trade again. Looking at this price, it's so clean all of a sudden. It's a lot better than what was choppy over here. I do not like Tesla because I can't, my broker doesn't let me short Tesla. I have to use options, and I don't like using options because it's hard to place stops and manage the trade. You have to be buying these expensive contracts, and if you buy the cheap ones, you don't have enough of them in volume, hence you get so much slippage. All right, so that was my trading day, and yeah, I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but as I said, we had an inside day on Tesla. I don't even think we broke yesterday's low, did we? No, we did not. Yeah, so we just had an inside day. As you can see, very little volatility, but the highlight for me today is managing this trade was pretty good. Didn't panic too much. The setups worked really well. Was really happy with the way the setups worked. At least I could have gone long here, but I guess because I was already so short biased, I didn't. Yeah, and the double top didn't work here. But oh, it just caused this little pullback, but we still were going up. And I guess if you look at it from the perspective of this is just one leg up, pullbacks, you're gonna have at least a second leg. This would have been a nice short. It was very difficult to see this going down strongly because of how strong price was just going up, especially when you see wicks like this. It tells you that price was really going up, came back down, going back up, came back down, and then I think at this point we started to see price dropping a bit. This is how many minutes? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 minutes waiting for price to drop is a very long time. The charts don't reflect that, and it's easy to miss and to panic. This is the problem with 5-minute charts. You have to be patient to wait for each bar to close before you make a decision on anything. All in all, it's nice to see, like I said, you got 3 pushes down, 1, 2, 3, a nice wedge here, 1, 2, 3, and another nice wedge here. In fact, I'm going to mark them. So we have this push up to the next push to the next push. So that's one wedge there. 1, 2, you don't get a wedge here, but you get a wedge. Okay, actually you do get a 1, 2, 3, another one, 1, 2, and 3. So there's another wedge here. So if one was only trading wedges, you could potentially just make your money from just trading wedges, because so far there have been wedges that haven't failed all throughout the day, and the prices respected them really well. How do you know when you're at the top? You look for double tops. How do you know you're at the bottom? When you're on the third leg, look for a double bottom. It's easier to see on a 2-minute time frame. On the 5-minute, on this one, especially when there's no volatility, you don't see them very clearly. This is a really good one here. This is a good double top. This is okay double top. This one as well. Yeah. And then you enter on the signal candles. I prefer to use a 2-minute for that. We'll try this again tomorrow.